What is on the app, everybody? We're back here today for another Dokkan battle video. Today I thought we would try something new. It's a new series, I guess you want to call it, that I want to try out on the channel. And I guess the Versus series is a good name for it, in which I basically want to choose a few units that I want to pin up against each other that have some similarities, and basically see which one is the better one, in my opinion, either all at Rainbow or 55%. So they're an equal playing field, obviously. So today I thought we would do the blue fusions, as well as the new LR Super Vegito, and see, I guess, which fusion is the best fusion in the game right now, because those three are the best three fusion units. And this is going to be two. There's going to be two parts of this. This is going to be the Legendary Goku event. So this is for like the sort of longer event, see who's better in long-term scenarios, and then on tomorrow's video, I think it's gonna be on Super Battle Road. So we're gonna go into Super Class Super Battle Road and see if which one holds up the best, and then in the end see which one's probably the most valuable to buy the red coins and or summon for. And as you can see, the team we're running right now is mostly Vegitos. There is obviously the Gogeta, Turles, and Android 17 for support. And the main rotations I'm going to be using is going to be double LR, Goku and Vegeta. So the new Goku and Vegeta, old Goku and Vegeta, and then the LR rotation will be Gogeta and Vegito. So I guess we'll see how they go, and I'm just hopping right now. So I do think that the blue fusions will probably start off a bit slow, but then around God Goku or Blue Goku, they'll start to ramp up and start to look way better than Vegito, well, at least before the other Vegito transforms. So I guess we'll see, though, because that could change. I don't really know. I haven't really tried out the new Vegito too much. In terms of long-term events, I've just been grinding link levels. In terms of link levels, they're all around 5 or 6, as you can see. They're not super high link level, but they still have some stuff put into them. I think, yeah, we'll do this. Good. I'll make next rotation the Vegeta rotation, the Gogeta and Vegeta rotation, and then the one right now I will rotate the newer Vegito up onto, and start stacking up the blue fusions so they can get to their maximum sort of potential. I'm not going to be using any items like of any sort in terms of buffing, so we're just going to be seeing their kits raw, I guess, is the best thing. Obviously Super Vegito, he's an okay easier, but mainly he's a really good linking partner with the fusion units, and definitely a solid option to run on these teams. So we have this rotation here. I think I'll rotate off the newer Vegito and see how we go. So I don't think I'm going to super with you. Get a super with you, and Goku and Vegeta, by the way, well, both the older fusion units have really good key mechanics. So the blue fusions have the 2 key, or no, Vegeta has 2 key and Gogeta has 2 key when attacking before transformation, and then after transformation Gogeta I think gets 6 key and Vegeta gets 3 key, so like a lot of key. Oh no, Gogeta gets 5 key actually, I think, not 6. But if you guys don't know exactly what they do, I won't break down exactly their whole kits, but the blue fusions basically long-term stackers when they transform, and they have 77% attacking defense and a few key, and the more you use them in the front 2 slots, the more key and attacking defense they build up until they double their original attacking defense. And then they also have these active skills that allow them to sort of abuse their passives and give them extra attacks, and then if you put them in the 3rd slot they get dodge chance. And then the new Vegito, he is a sort of, I don't want to say caveman unit, but before he transforms he definitely is. He just gets attacking defense, damage reduction, and greatly pardon me, sorry, and just raises attacking defense on 12 and 18 key. But he gets more interesting when he transforms, because the new Vegeta, when he transforms, he gets the ability to see super attacks for 10 turns. Even if he's not on the rotation, it's just 10 turns, which is an amazing ability. And then he also gets counters. So if we get the other Super Vegito out as well, they'll be both countering, and the new one also has built-in crits, which is really good, because counters don't do that much damage in the longer events or the more against the more defensive enemies. So we got one of our rotations set up. In my opinion, I think Vegito, well, before the showcase at least, I'm saying Vegito Blue is probably going to look better in long-term events, and then probably Vegito, like the new Vegito in the shorter-term events, and then Gogeta will be the worst out of all of them, but we'll see, because Gogeta has more damage, because he does receive the super effective against all types damage modifier, which basically makes him so all the enemies are basically, I don't know how to explain this, but when he attacks, he basically makes them physical in terms of like what element they are when attacking. Oh, we can already get out Vegito very fast, which is good. We also heal 50% when he does this, so obviously very good for if you get to turn 4 and on like Super Battle Road, you have low sort of health, but you're about to exit the fight like last turn, because turn 4 or 5, usually the last turn of SBR matches, so you transform him, get some health back, and that's like just a good healing mechanic. Other units that do that are Nappa and Vegeta and Oob, so very good mechanic. And also in these guys right here have really high links. I got really lucky on them, so I'm excited to get them link level 10. I don't have a single unit link level 10 like in terms of all links yet, but those are my closest, I believe. I'm pretty sure. I haven't worked on the Fizz Gogeta from 3-year-old though, because he doesn't go Majin Buu Saga, which doesn't make sense, because if you guys don't know, the Broly movie, like the second Broly movie, 3.6, that is fairly good for turn 1. He's also getting the crit counters. That is very good. I think I was actually not expecting that much. And what are we going to take? What are we going to take from this? 50k, it's not the greatest, but I think the Blue Fusions would have taken more, or at least Gogeta before super attacking would have taken a lot more. Because that's the thing with Vegito, he does get a slight attack and defense buff from supering, but his main one does come from his passive, so that makes him more. I want to actually do this. We'll let, as you can see, really good ability. You can see super attack launch down there above SSJ3 Goku's name. So we're gonna let Gogeta super, and then hopefully he doesn't kill. I don't know how. No, we're probably gonna kill. That's the thing with the fusions. They don't have the best defense, but they kill so easily. 2.7 from Vegito, but of course, remember he does get the additional. So the additional probably got 1.5. I'm guessing is 1.9. Jeez, that's actually better than I thought. So this is why I think Vegito is better, because that is a double defense raise, because they do raise their defense, I think, by 30% on Super. So obviously you want to be supering before receiving attacks. 2.3 by Gogeta, but really with the damage modifier that it has with the super effective, it's more like, let's see how much damage you take here. See, 200k and 11k from normals, and only the 3rd stage. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, obviously he hasn't built up his attacking defense too much, and obviously he'll have more later on the fight, but just that's what I'm saying. The Blue Fusions are really good, but it's not like turn 4 you get them and they're like, wow, 5 million attack stat, insta-kill the enemy. It's like, oh yeah, they have 3 million attack stat and do a lot of damage, sure, but this Vegeta actually had probably a higher damage output, including his counters, than they did. And I think it's easier to get key with Vegito, because he gets 1 extra key per non-rainbow key sphere. And I think they did that to contradict the year 3 units, which get 1 extra key per rainbow key sphere, and this super attack animation still is so good. I feel like the Goku and Vegeta have very underwhelming super attacks, like the base form Goku and Vegeta. I think when Vegeta's shooting the Ki Blast, it looks good. Oh no, Tailors, I don't want you to transform. Tailors is a support unit, but when he transforms for a few turns, he doesn't become a support unit anymore, and just becomes like a tanky sort of, I don't want to say bad unit, but not nearly as good as he is when he's supporting. Let's put Gogeta and see how much he takes from a normal before supering. Okay, and Tailors in the back. Let's see what we do here. How much from a normal? 30k from a normal. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Because just right now, Vegeta is looking way better. I know as soon as we get, I was saying before, as soon as we get to around Blue Goku, I think it's going to swap a little bit. But that's a lot of turns to wait before they begin to start getting better than Vegeta, you know what I mean? Like, Vegito was good as soon as he came out turn 4. Like, better than probably what Vegeta and Gogeta are now, because he's doing the countering and he has crits in his passive, which is better than super effective. Even though it's not guaranteed, it's still really good. And he gets that immediately turn 4, instantly, no restriction. While these guys, I think it's 11 turns. It's on 11 attacks, by the way. So if you have additionals, it doesn't matter. That's why I wish, if it was just per every, no, if it was like, if you did 11 attacks and you built it up fully, it would be way better than 11 turns. Because obviously Vegeta and Gogeta do have additionals built in which they have a chance, well, Gogeta has a chance to additional, and then, no, he gets an additional in the 3rd slot, and Vegeta gets a guaranteed additional with a chance to get another one from the hidden potential system. So I feel like if they made it per attack, that the blue fusions would just be, I think they might be close to number 1 in the game still. Like, that would be on the level of Ua, Goku, and Jiren, which I still think are far and away the best units in the game. That's not like me being biased because I like Tournament of Power. I think it's just the fact that they really like Tournament of Power, but units being really hype and really good because they obviously sell very well. 180k Vegeta did take a lot of damage there. It wasn't as much as Gogeta took, but Gogeta did take that type disadvantage though, to be fair, so we can't be discrediting Gogeta too much. Obviously this is a harder stage, but I don't know, I feel like it sort of evens out so they get around the same sort of defense there. But remember, as I said before, Vegeta does also raise his defense slightly on Super, and he gets most of his damage from the counters instead of just flat out like Ooga Booga stats. So we do have the active skills here. I'm going to save it for a little bit. I think we'll go to SDR UI Goku because I don't want the video to be too long, because it would take a while to render depending on how long it is, and I want to get it out like in an hour or two. So yeah, in an hour from now. So hopefully you guys will be seeing it today by the time I'm recording this, and then tomorrow we can do the next part. I'm really interested to see what you guys think of who you guys think is the best fusion in the game. At the moment, to me, Vegito is looking far and away better than currently all the other units are in terms of Gogeta and Vegito. And yeah, there we are back. Little thing came up, but I'm back ready to try and see what's sort of defense. Well, let's look at the defense actually, like the base defense. See, that is not too good. Vegito is only sitting at 95k defense, not even over 100k. But obviously he's raising a little bit, so he'll be looking at 120. Wait, what just happened? He had less defense before when I just checked. Okay, now he's over 100k defense. That was really weird. But so he only has like 100k defense. Obviously isn't the greatest, but he will raise it by 30% after supering. So that's also something that they can take into account with all the units here, because all of them do raise their defense and attack on super, I believe so. At least I'm not going to check though. I will just have faith in my what I'm saying. Even though there is a super attack in the front, I want to see how well Vegeta tanks it, and I want to get some counters. See how much damage it can do in this turn. How much he's going to take. So he doesn't. He has a blah, blah, blah. Sorry about that. It's just like, oh, that is not good. That is not good. 38k for a normal. Obviously, it's type disadvantage. They take that into account, but still, that's not the greatest. 3.4 though is very good attack stat, and obviously he's raising his defense now. I want to see how much he's going to take from the normal afterwards. Maybe something like 20k. Let me see. Oh, he just got a dodge. And obviously he still gets the counter even though he dodged. He hasn't got that many crits though. It's only, I think it's a 25% chance. I think it's a crit though. Is this a crit? Yeah, crit. I think it's a crit as well. Is this a crit as well? Yeah. Cool. Only 8k damage. So that's not nearly as bad as it was before. Interesting to see how well he tanks from UI. Obviously this guy's type advantage, so it probably will still not be too much. But I guess we will see when that happens. Taylor's, why haven't you de-transformed yet? Okay, speak of the devil. He is untransformed, so I can actually get a support unit floating around in terms of damage. Let's just wait, before we do the last super attack, let's check the defense. 80k, Vegeta will double raise, so he'll be looking at around 140k, and Gogeta gets a single raise, so he'll be looking at around 100k defense in total. So after super attacking, Gogeta has the same defense as Vegito did before super attacking. So obviously not great. He still has more to build up, obviously. It hasn't been 11 turns yet with him on rotation. But definitely not looking too good, because if you're really going to take this long to build up, you're not really going to see it in much events. Even Infinite Dragon Ball history, you would be nearing the end of most of them now, I'm pretty sure. While in this one we still have 2 more stages to go, being very difficult and long stages, so I think at the moment, Vegeta obviously double defense raise, so he's going to be the best defensively out of all 3 of them. And then I think Vegeta's going to be, this Super Vegeta's going to be a bit in the middle of all of them. And then Gogeta, I think, in terms of like damage and defense, he's going to be in the middle. And then Gogeta, I feel like, is old damage in terms of what a unit has to offer. I think I might pop an item here because we have not too much health. I'll pop a Princess Snake, should be fine. I don't think we won't be able to get the 18k with you, but that's fine. And then Android 17 will give human super attack, and I don't think we'll be able to kill this unturned, but I think we can do. If we get some crits, we definitely. Well, he did dodge a counter. I didn't know you can actually dodge counters. That's interesting. So 3.5 from Vegito. He's not really going to be changing too much, only when the support unit's on, because he has no build up. So his buff in the long run is lower than the Blue Fusions, but he does get it like as soon as the thing starts. These guys are 55% by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but these guys are all 55% SA20. Just basically what you can get as a free-to-play player if you got lucky and summoned on one of the banners, or if you were just smart and saved your stones and you just got 1 copy. So as long as you have the unit, this is what they're going to be looking like at a base level. I'm not using my Vegito, by the way, because my Vegito does have a dupe because I got lucky on the 5-year banners, which Vegito. So that's why I'm using a friend 1 and then a Gogeta lead, and that's why I'm also not using Gawasu and Zamasu as a support unit, because he's on Patara, and obviously Gogeta leads to fusions and last resort, so that is sort of a downside to Gogeta as well, because we also do need to take into account the leader skills, because I think I would personally say that Super Vegeta has a better leader skill. That was a lot of damage, 55k. Obviously he hasn't supered yet. He will be taking, let's see how much damage he takes after his supers, and then I'll keep talking about what I was ranting on about before. But obviously really good attacks that. I think that was 5 million and 3 million, wasn't it? So obviously he's doing way more damage than Vegeta in terms of super attacking, but also remember Vegeta does have those crits and those counters, and you can't disregard how good that ability is to counter every single attack. So that's super attacks obviously. Gogeta obviously looking nice with his super effective, but it wasn't. I didn't think he had too high of an attack stat there. I think Vegeta had 1 more rotation. No, they've been on the same rotation the whole time. That's weird. I don't know. No, Vegeta had 1 more super attack though, so he would have double attack raise before transforming. So we might die here actually. No, we're fine. We're fine. Thank God I didn't want to do this again, because that would have been sort of annoying to talk about the same things over and over again. That'd drive me insane. And this is obviously with an item popped, so I'm not really going to take into account those very well. It was 50% actually, so it looks like he was at around 100k still, so nothing too different to what we were looking at before. This Vegeta I think is obviously way better defensively. 200k, yeah, that's very good. What does he get? 150%. And I believe Super Vegito, the new one, is only 130%, so makes sense. And full Super Vegeta rotation, by the way, is pretty cool to look at. Just full Yosha. I do have a full Vegito team. You can do that now, and I do have mine made, just for memes, because I don't think anybody's seriously using Candy Vegito, even though Candy Vegito is actually kind of really good actually, because if you guys don't know, he has a high chance of dodge and infinitely stacks defense, so you really could use him if you wanted to, but I don't think anybody just enjoys using him in terms of animations and how cool he is. Obviously, still Spirit Excalibur looks very good, even though it's on that 18k. 2.3 there on the 12k is pretty good damage. It's not the greatest, obviously the crit counter there. He did dodge this. Everybody's countering this rotation. It's the counter rotation. It's taking like 10 years to get through, and we should be killing him there. That was good actually, because he has better get super attacked, and we could have taken a decent bit of damage. Okay, we're moving on to UI Goku. We are going to do UI Goku. I know I said we'd only go up to STR, but they haven't used their active skills yet, and that's a very important part of their kits. And basically, I don't know if there's any event in the game which can survive a double active skill used from the Blue Fusion. So I guess we'll have a look at that. in around a few turns, because the enemy does, in order for that to activate, the enemy does need to get below 50% HP. And also you have to remember that Super Vegito does have a HP restriction before transforming as well of 77%. It's not too bad, obviously. It's I think it's one of the better health restrictions in terms of like having to be below a certain threshold, but still I'd rather be below no threshold, which is obviously an advantage to the Blue Fusions. But still, I feel like you're going to be getting that quite regularly in the more difficult events, being below 77 HP. It's basically 80% HP. And I don't know any event where I'm constantly at full health unless I'm rocking Majin Buu team. That's just my opinion. But certainly let me know in the comments what you guys think in terms of the units and their restrictions. 17, obviously a very good unit. I did pull a lot of him in the Kefla banner because I really wanted Kefla, because I played a bit with it on a private server and very much enjoyed it. I think we're going to put Vegeta in the front. Do we still have that? We probably put an Icarus, yeah. So we still have an Icarus going. Unless we get very unlucky here, I think we should be fine. That super attack thing lasted a long time, by the way. I think it was only like last turn of the turn before we're still seeing super attacks on like the little faces down there, knowing where that is. 4 million with support. That is that's good. That is good, because remember the counters as well. And let's say the counters are like, the counters probably have like a 500k attack stat, if is what I would say, or maybe a million attack stat. So it's pretty good if you're considering all that. So you said like 9 million, was it 9 million, 920k? Did that say for the counters attack stat? So that's pretty good. That's almost a million attack stats times how many attacks that he did. So obviously very, very good. This Vegeta right here. The new one's just a better version of him, I think, even though, because he's a better transformation condition, and he obviously has better animations, and will do more damage in most scenarios, I think. So, yeah. Counters from again, because this guy doesn't have built-in crit, while the newer one does. And obviously, if you don't have dupes, you don't have that much crit built in, and then you're not going to be doing too much damage against the higher defense opponents like UI Goku. Just in general. So here we go. I think we might actually pop, I don't know, because I kind of want to see how they look without items. I mean defensively, but I think we'll go Slasher, and we won't try to get too many super attacks, because I want to, actually we will, because I want to see what they're looking at attack wise before, compared to what they were near the beginning. So Vegito 4.3 million, 55%, and then he'll get an additional around 3 million. Looking very good, obviously. Do we have support and rotation? This is no support. So that's in total a 7.5 million attack stat. So if the other Vegeta is actually kind of close to that, to be fair. Because he's getting 4 million, and then he did like 3 counters, so that's like around the same amount with crits. So that is pretty good. Obviously the Vegeta probably has slightly more defense. I haven't even seen the attack stat from Gogeta. I feel like Gogeta's just not looking nearly as good as the other two. I don't know if that's just me, or I'm like biased against Gogeta or something, but in my opinion, just from like looking at their attack stats and the defense, I'm just liking the Vegetas a lot more than Gogeta in terms of which one is better for the, just in general when playing the game. When we go into Super Battle Road, it's going to be very interesting, because the fusions have dodge, while Vegeta has, or Goku and Vegeta have damage reduction and the heal. So it's going to be interesting which one's more useful in one of the, probably the hardest event in the game. We're just going to be going into Super class though, which isn't too difficult, but it still will be an interesting challenge, for sure. Nothing, another one dodge, jeez, that's kind of annoying. But we'll be getting more counters that he keeps dodging. He's really liking the dodge this turn, and obviously the no built-in crit is a very big downside of the old LR. I don't have any dupes in mind, by the way. I somehow had been playing Dokkan for so long, but I only got my first dupe of Vegito in year 5. Like, that's nuts. 2 years of like playing the game basically every day, and I didn't get the year 3 LR until like a month or 2 ago. 17, going good with his damage reduction, and here we go. We should be able to pop that now. I wish I could show off their other abilities, but I guess with their guaranteed additionals and stuff. But I think we'll use it with Gogeta, because they've been giving so much love to the other one. No, I think If we use Vegitos in the last slot, I don't think it will kill. Just so we can look at both of them. I think they won't kill. So obviously very good looking animations. I don't think it looks as good as Vegito's 18 key, like the new one. I think it's like the best animation in the game, personally in my opinion. But the Gogeta's Kamehameha is definitely a close second in my opinion. Basically on par, but I just like how cool the new Vegito is in like the angles and stuff, and the HD like fist at the start looks so sick. Okay, Kamehameha. This should kill because Gogeta, you have to remember, is type effective against super effective against all types. And yeah, that did kill. Oh no, I don't think we're super effective there because we're in the third slot, but still, Gogeta's active skill will be doing more damage because it does take into account his passive as well on top of that. So there we go, guys. That's what we have a look at on... what am I even saying? That's the look we just showed off on the units, all the fusion units, see which one's the best. I'll just go back to the screen. I think out of all of them, this guy definitely performed, Super Vegito, definitely performed the best until I would say around SDR UI Goku, where I felt like Vegito was shining much brighter than the other two. But that's just what I think. And Gogeta probably the worst out of the three in terms of like how good, good they were. Obviously still Gogeta's very, very good. You shouldn't disregard him and say like he's trash because this person on YouTube said this. He's definitely still really good, but I just don't think he's as good as the Vegitos. We will see how they go in the SBR tomorrow's video, and I guess see you guys in the next one. Peace.